business transaction and community service don't go together, right? They don't work together. I feel like there's a lot of propaganda and brainwashing that has happened to make us think that all these businesses are providing public good, public service, and because that benefits them, that makes them more palatable to you. It makes it more acceptable to spend your money with them. And the amount of power they have over our lives is more acceptable if you think that they're doing good, right, in the community. If you think they're providing something good to the community. But those two things, in my mind, I can't square them. What that means is if I'm transacting, if I'm doing a business transaction, what that means to me is I am trying to be as cunning as possible to get you out of as much money as possible. So if I have a service or good that I want to sell to you as a business, I want to get as much money for that service or good as possible. So if you're a dummy and you want to give me 10 times what the thing is worth, I should take it. That's good business, right? That's why it's separate from community service. When you're helping the community, when you're helping someone out, when you're creating a bond based on mutual need and mutual help, you can't then try to extract as much value out of your end as possible. It doesn't work that way. At that point, you've lost the thread. You're no longer doing a community service. You're selfishly trying to get as much out as possible, right? So when I do something, that's why I can't attach a price to something I'm doing. And there's a flip side. The flip side is if I undervalue my good or service, you then walk away thinking I'm an idiot. That's almost as bad as me not getting as much value for my transaction as possible. So the difference between neurodivergents who have trouble succeeding financially in our economy, neurotypicals who rise to the top of the food chain and the cream of the crop of this capitalist system, is that they are willing to play the game. What I call the game is, I want to convince you I'm your friend and I have your best interest at heart. But I don't. That's a lie. That's a game I'm playing. And once I convince you that I have your best interest at heart, you'll give me all your money. It's a con job, right? But to me, if you believe that I have your best interest at heart, it's because I have your best interest at heart. At which point, I can't extract from you. It feels wrong. I can extract from you if I dislike you. If you treat me like an idiot. If you think you're superior because of how you play the game, then I can easily. Then I'll play the game. But those opportunities are few and far between, right? More opportunities present themselves where you could have that kind of relationship with an average person, with a normal person. Not the other person trying to sell. Because the other person trying to sell also knows what's going on, so you're not going to be able to extract from them. So that's the difference in my mind. It's not even all neurotypicals, but like neurotypicals who rise to the top. And a lot of times, I mean, that's why sociopaths and psychopaths are at the very top of our society. They're the leaders of our society because of this issue. They're able to find vulnerabilities and exploit them. So, who's the best salesman? The best salesman is the one that talks to you about grandma makes you think that, you know, you guys are the same person, and convinces you that he would never screw you over. So the price he's setting is the best price you can find elsewhere. And then once you get out of his office, having paid he doesn't give a fuck anymore. After that point, you'll go find out that he fucked you over. You never had a connection. He was conning. It worked, right? But if he made a connection with you, if he actually made a connection with you, that's when you get the family price. That's when you get the friends and family price, right? Even then, like he's still not gonna give you the price he's charging his daughter, his son, his wife. They're getting the price of the good, the price of production of the good, whatever the minimum he is what he's getting. And then you, as a friend, family, you get. So that, in my mind, doesn't really work. If somebody goes, "I'll give you $1,000 for this $10 thing," I go, "What about you?" No, that doesn't sound good. I'd feel guilty as fuck. So how do you conduct business? In that, how do you tell people false narratives, like false advertising, exaggeration? You have to use all those tactics to sell. That's why the Musks and the whatever's, their success does not come from like making something amazing. Like people misunderstand all the time. Their success comes from being able to market, like the president. To market means to convince the audience that your goods are better than they are. That's what marketing is. They will be like, no, it's putting it in the best light possible. No, it's convincing people that it's better than Coke. Doesn't bring you like a feeling of happiness and togetherness. No, it's a drink with sugar in it. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie they're telling. Everything being advertised is lying to you. You're not gonna inhale an inhaler for asthma and start dancing with 1,000,000 people in the streets of Italy. No, they're selling you a dream, and then what they deliver is way underwhelming compared to the dream. But you bought the dream, and you might even think you got the dream. That's the most useful part. That's the most impressive part. They convince you that you got the dream without you getting it. How am I supposed to participate in that?